photographing things in the kayak is a nightmare. That's one thing I've discovered. It's just like, geez. And trying to see the sunken belly on the Johnny. Right. All right, girl. Be going with you. All right, guys. So I'm going to show you my rat system here that I throw in the kayak, and it's really the same system I use for all my swim baits, pretty much. The rod is the most important component to this. It is the Lew's Super Duty Peacock Bass Rod. It's 6 foot 8 inches long. It's a very, very short rod. In fact, I can't find swim bait sticks that are that short for the kayak. So that's why I'm using a Peacock Bass Rod. And I tell you, this rod is amazing in the kayak. As you can see, once I hook the fish, the short rod, I can control the fish so much better. Like when I first started fishing in the kayak, I was here, I think I've been fishing out of it for 3 years now. I mean, I would dump fish often with the 8-foot rod. I just couldn't control the fish. I couldn't get them in the net. When you're sitting down, it's really cumbersome to have that long rod like that. You know, and all the swim bait sticks on the market were just too long. So that's why I found this Peacock Bass Rod. I'm telling you, this thing's money. So I've got that. I've got a Lew's Tournament Pro. And it's a 150 size reel. And a lot of people think you got to throw a swim bait on like a 300 or bigger reel. You really don't have to. The gears are gears. The reel disengages when you cast. I haven't had any issues. In fact, the only problems I've ever had throwing swim baits was on high-end like Daiwa swim bait reels or Akuma swim bait reels. I've thrown swim baits on 150 and 200 size reels for years, depending on the application. Never had any problems whatsoever, ever. I mean, it's never ever had a problem ever. So I threw the I used to have the old version of the Tournament Pro. I threw deep cranks on that, which is really, I mean, that really wears a reel out, deep cranks, more so than a swim bait. And I threw it, you know, 3 or 4 years, deep cranks on that. And then I put it on the swim bait rod and was throwing swim baits for 2 or 3 years. Now that went back on my cranking rod, and then I put the new Tournament Pro on here, and I haven't had any issues with any of them. So the reason I use the 150 size reel, though, is because real estate is very minimal in this kayak. So the 300 size reel, you know, when I'm putting it in here in my rod holders and stuff, they get caught up more, and I'm wrestling with them more because they're so bulky. You know, that's the thing. These are very streamlined, small reels, and I don't need the line capacity, so that's why I use the 150 size reel in the kayak. And I have zero issues doing it. I throw this bait. I throw, you know, this is a, I know it's like a 3 ounce bait, I think. I throw the Tater Hog Hogfather, which is like a 4+ ounce bait. Never had any issues. So compact, fits in the kayak well. 50-pound Berkley X5 braid is what I've got on there. And then the thing about my rat is, this is the Johnny rat. I throw this all the time. These are Mustad 36-329 hooks. These hooks have been on this bait for like 3 years now. I haven't had to swap them out. They're still sharp. I throw this thing up against seawalls, up against the rocks, bumping it into stuff, ripping it through water willow, all kinds of stuff, and these hooks are still good. That's why I use these Mustad hooks. A lot of people are like, oh, I use the owner and this and that, and then what? I don't like the sticky sharp hooks because the points break off, and you don't know, and then you dump a fish because your points broke off. You bump a stick, it's like you got to swap the hooks out every 2 days because the points break off on them. These Mustad, I'm telling you, these things hook and hold. This is the hook to use. 36-329. Now you look at it and you say, well, the gap's not very wide on that. I don't like that. But I'm telling you, man, this thing, the point is kind of long and thick, and then it goes real quick to the point. That's why it holds the point long time. They don't break off. And man, these 3X hooks, braid, 50-pound braid. I mean, this is the system right here. I never dump fish with this system. It hooks them, and it's lights out. I mean, so Mustad 36-329 hooks, 50-pound Berkley X5 braid, Peacock Bass Rod, Super Duty Lew's, and a Tournament Pro. That's my setup when I'm throwing swim baits in the kayak. And I'm telling you, man, it's awesome. It really does get the job done. And it's compact, so I can put it there, no problems. I can handle the fish, no problems. It's awesome.